I was finishing my service in Combat Engineering Corps, and my dream was to work in government service. I want to keep helping the state of Israel. My battalion commander told me, if that's what you want, then you need a degree from IDC. My heart sank. My father is on disability. There was no way we could afford it. Then he told me about FIDF scholarship programs. My whole family was passing around the house for a month. We waited to hear if I would go to college. Finally, FIDF called back. They told us the amazing news. Since that day, I've tried to understand why would someone halfway around the world do something like this for me, a stranger?
Well, technically, we may have been strangers, but that is not how I saw it. As a boy, I remember looking out my window. There were riots in the streets, looting, chaos. The Shah was gone, the mullahs were in charge. It was no longer safe for Jews in Persia. Israel was the only place that will take us, and I will never forget it. We live in America now, but we can only be safe if there is a strong Israel defended by soldiers like you. So, you are part of my family, and we want you to have the college education you deserve. It makes us so happy to help build this home for IDF soldiers, where they can find a bed to sleep, warm food, a place to work out, or to just have a cup of coffee with friends, old and new.
As a lone soldier, I didn't have my family here. So having a wonderful place like this and knowing there are people everywhere who care about us, it really makes a difference. A soldier's life is demanding, physically and emotionally. In the IDF, we know there is no margin for error. That sense of responsibility was weighing on me as I left for a mission unlike any I had ever been a part of. There we were, in Poland, along with officers from all the branches of the IDF. Each of us was a witness in uniform.
After 70 years, the memories are still vivid. The burning bodies, the red sky, the despair. I had vowed never to go back, but when the FIDF came to me and asked me to tell my story to the young, brave defenders of Israel, how could I say no?
Seeing what happened, hearing how you survived, clarified for me what it really means to have a Jewish homeland. I went back to my post with a new sense of purpose.
What you do every day in the IDF restores some of the dignity that was stripped away from me in those camps. You are my heroes. So I'm thrilled to support programs that help Israeli soldiers learn about our heritage and to understand what can happen if anti-Semitism goes unchecked.
So when we see the kinds of things going on over in Europe, and even to an extent on college campuses back in the US, it reminds us of the difference between then and now.
Anti-Semitism hit home to us in South America as well. Although our family moved to the States more than a decade ago, originally I am from Argentina.
I had just finished medical school in Buenos Aires when terrorists set off a bomb at the Jewish Community Center. 85 people were killed and 100 more were injured.
And here we are, 20 years later, and even though we all know what country was behind it,
we have yet to see justice.
For my brothers and sisters, Israel offered shelter from corrupt regimes that victimized Jews. For me, Israel is a place to be proud of. a miracle of a country. And each soldier makes that miracle possible.
I come from a poor neighborhood in Lod. My father ran a soup kitchen there. When he died, my family relied on me for support. But I wanted to serve my country as a combat soldier. The FIDF stepped in to make sure that my family has everything it needed. And thanks to them, I could be a good son and a soldier. Now, as a commander, I know that when my soldiers need something beyond the army basics, we can rely on the FIDF.
Over in the US, we feel it's the least that we can do. As soldiers, you sacrifice so much.
We couldn't do it without you.
Thank you.
That's what family is for.
Emily, there are no words.
Hey, your job is to look after Israel.
Our job is to look after you.
This, for me, is priceless.